Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Before I get started today, I want to say thanks to my daughter-in-law, my son, and my precious two granddaughters for giving me this apron in support of my new channel. My daughter-in-law has a business, Cute Monogram Things, where she do this type of work, where she personalize all type of items. So I want to say thanks, you guys. Now I love you. Okay, let's get started. This right here don't need too much of an introduction, or really how you cook it, how you prepare. But I'm gonna do them a way that my mother used to do when I was a young girl coming up. They sometimes collards, down through the years, collards have lost a lot of their flavor. And some of you guys may not even know anything about them. You're too young to know that long years ago, it didn't take much to fix collards. It was not a whole lot of meats and all that stuff in it. It was just normally, if you use a little piece of seasoned meat, your collards and your salt, and sometimes they would put onions in them and little pepper or green pepper. They would put that in it, but colors have changed. And now it takes a little bit more work. But I remember one way my mama used to prepare them that made them just always taste amazing. She used to fry. She used to fry her collards before. And I don't know if you would call them actually fry them, or you just breaking the collards down to have them take on the enhance the cooking process, and where the collards become tender and all the flavors and stuff just soak in or whatever. But she always used to call it frying, and she had two different methods as the way she did frying. One of them was when she was fixing a small amount of collards, and she actually did them in a cast iron skillet. But then she had this way that I'm going to do them today, where I just kind of break the collards down and then add it to my seasoning, seasoning meat, my ham hocks, which we're going to be doing today. So without any more talking, I'm going to get ready and show you how I cook my fried collard greens and ham hocks. I got 3 ham hocks here for seasoning. You got to just wash them real good, because this is a smoked meat. Now this is one thing my mom always taught when you taught me, because they had their meats in the it was in a smokehouse, and I don't know whether it was this was a ports and stuff like that, whether it was because of the smoke or selling on it or whatever. But she would always wash up her smoked meat really good, rinse it out real good, and she put it on, covered it in some water. Some people may think that it take the flavor away, but I can guarantee it don't, because this is the only way that I cook mine. Anytime I'm using smoked meat, this is the process I use. Be it smoked neck bones, smoked turkey, or anything. I always put it on, cover it in water, and put them on the stove on kind of high, and let them come to a boil. Sometimes I let them boil maybe about 5 minutes. You can kind of look at your smoked meat and tell some skins look darker and they kind of tough. I always try to pick my ham hocks where the skin on them don't be as dark, because it's take them longer to cook when they when it's kind of darker, like they almost made a skin or something out of it. I don't know what be going on with it, but I always try to choose my ham hocks pretty good. Okay, now I'm gonna let this come to a boil and probably boil approximately 5 to 10 minutes. Then I'm gonna pour this water off, rinse them off, and then I'm gonna put them back in water and put a little seasoning to it and let them cook. And I'll bring you back when I get ready to start that process. Okay, you guys, I have boiled these for 10 minutes. They are boiled enough. And you see that little whatever that comes up on the top? I don't care for that. I'm getting ready to take them over to the sink. And I'm going to pour this water off. And ooh, you can get your facial too. You can see a lot of the little impurities and stuff on top of the water. But trust and believe me, this is not going to take away any flavor out of your ham hocks. I know, I've been doing it for a long time. Okay, I'll go ahead on and rinse this pot out. Let me get something to kind of wipe it out. That's my timer going off. Okay, that in this. I'll rinse that pot out. Rinse these ham hocks out. That's a little warm water. In case there's a little that foam or something up there on it that I don't like to see. I'm gonna place them back over in the pot. Then I'm gonna fill it with some more cold water. I'll show you how much I'm gonna put on it. Because I'm gonna start them out on high, and then I'm gonna turn the burner down on them and let them do like a medium boil or simmer, because they're gonna have to cook probably, I'll say anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours, because I always get my ham hocks ready doing before I start doing anything with the collards. So make sure you have enough water on them, because I season. This is one thing that the older cooks used to do years ago. They always season up the water. That's the purpose of seasoning meat that they use to cook in to help with the flavor. But my mom, I'm gonna put it like this, and my mother always seasoned whatever meat she was cooking with. Some people say if it's salt pork, don't put no salt, much salt, because it'll make it too salty. You're not trying to season the greens for say, but you need to get this here liquid or pot liquor or broth, whichever one you want to call it. You need to get some seasoning to that. Let it be anything other than just plain water. I'm gonna show you by putting it in my hand, the palm of my hand, just about, this is some sea salt. Just about how much salt that I put over in my ham hocks when I'm starting to cook them. I say that's probably about 1/2 teaspoonful, because you're gonna season your collards and things back up when you start cooking. And I'm gonna black pepper it. Okay. I like to put maybe like 2 or 3 shakes of this black pepper. Now this is something new that I'm trying today. And this is one of the benefits of coming to a cooking channel, especially my cooking channel. That's probably you need to subscribe to me. I'll do it for it. I'll do it for you. I'll bear all the expensive tests and stuff out to see how it works before you go spend your money on it, and then you see it's not something that you like. Because I will tell you, I'll tell you if it's okay. Don't you touch that stuff. It was god awful or whatever. I'm not a fake person. I will tell you the truth, whether you like it or not, because I know everybody got different tastes. But this is it's sort of like a vegetable base, and because normally I would put a chicken bouillon cube in there just for seasoning, but I wanted to try this vegetable base, and I'm gonna put, this is like a teaspoon and a half. You can follow the instruction on this here jar, but I'm gonna try it here. I'm trying it in you're supposed to be putting it like in your see, come on out of there. The water's not hot enough probably to dissolve it in there, but trust and believe I will get it out, because if it don't taste like I want it to taste, or something ain't right on here, all I have to do is not use not use this in broth to it and all. My water is cold. You know, I started this in cold water. That's the reason it's not dissolving it, because I think the instruction on this here jar, it tells you to dissolve this in a cup of water. But why do mess up another cup when you got all this water right here? You know, a lot of, like I tell you, a lot of things that do with cooking is common sense. Now, that's all I'm going to put in the ham hocks. And I'm going to let them come back. I'm going to let them come to a boil. No, it's one more thing I'm going to put in there. Sorry about that. So hold on just a second. I always put me a couple shakes of onion powder, simply because during the cooking process of the collard greens, I'm going to add some regular fresh onions, and I'm going to tell you something else that I'm going to put in there that's going to really help the flavor of your collards, because you're going to need some I got some bacon dripping that's gonna go for my collards. If you don't have bacon dripping, you can use some cooking oil, but I like the bacon dripping. But I also use, I got 2 jalapeno peppers right here. But I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna split these peppers down the center, and I'm gonna get all the seeds out. And then I'm going to take and just chop the membrane, the outside, outside, I don't know what you call it. I'm going to just chop the pepper up real fine, and I'm going to put them in my collards. I'm reading I say I'm taking the seeds out. That's going to eliminate the hotness if you feeding a child or something like that. The reason that I do this, it gives your collards a very peppery. It gives you that illusion that this is some delicious hot pepper in here without the heat when you do the outside. Now you go put them seeds in there. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and I'm getting ready to fry the collard greens, and then once I get them broken down, we're gonna put some liquid in them and let them finish cooking. Okay, right here, this is a bacon dripping, and I'm going to put in 3 tablespoons. May have to use some more during the process because I got quite a few greens here. That's 3 tablespoons. I went ahead on and got a larger pot. The greens are going to shrink down quite a bit. But, chopping that a little bit. Let me go ahead on and add some of the greens in there. See that frying? I I let them drain as much as possible. There's gonna be some water on it. Water on the greens. What to be doing that. I'm gonna fill this pot and then I'll start stirring. Let me tell you this one. They smell good already. Let me tell you this while I'm thinking about it. I forgot to say it earlier. I had already prepped my greens, washed, cut them, or whatever. But if it's some new beginner cooks that's watching me and really not sure how to clean and prepare your greens for cooking, if you drop me a comment and tell me you would like to see a video of me getting the greens ready to cook and stuff like that, I'll do a whole new video for that. I'm just assuming everybody just know how to, you know, wash and prepare the greens. But I'll be more than glad to do your video to show you how you clean your greens and get them ready for cooking. I will totally do that for you. Because it may be some young cooks out there ready to try this. You can already smell the aroma of the collards with this here frying process. See, I had no liquid in there, just the oil in there, just stirring out. I'll put the liquid later. I keep just stirring them around. Be careful, let them kind of reduce on down before you put any more oil in it. Just keep them tossed because it's going to be the broth from the smoked ham hocks. It has a little oil in it, and then you put that. You want to control the amount of oil you put in them. You don't really need to put lots of oil in to cook collard greens. And you know, you need to put some. That helps breaks the collards and stuff down. You don't want them tough. And this time of year, collard greens are normally pretty tender. That's when you're going to have to do stuff by ear. Once the frost fall on collards and vegetables, stuff like that, normally they are tender. Now, certain time of year, a long time ago, people didn't eat collards all through the year like they do now because, you know, they didn't taste as well. So and here I'm just still frying around. But you don't have to put a whole lot of oil in your greens at all. I'll probably do another video on collards anyway because I also cook collards in the pressure cooker. Don't take long at all to do it. I usually put the ham hocks and I do them first like I did now. And this time of the year, I make sure I get my ham hocks done because the collards don't take long to cook. I used to just cook the ham hocks halfway and then put them up, you know, cook the ham hocks halfway, then go ahead on and put your greens over in there and just let them cook all together. Cooking them like this here is not going to interfere with the taste of them at all. Because you can cook collards without any kind of seasoning, meats and stuff like that. You see what that big pan of collards is reducing down to? I could have totally put them in the pot that I had cooked the ham hocks in, but I wanted you to get a good view as to what I was doing when I was telling you I was frying the collards. I'm going to test these collards and see how tender they are when I get them broken down, to see just how much liquid I'm going to need in there to finish cooking them off. You know, I got the broth from the ham hocks. And then once I get them started up with that, hold on a minute, let me finish my throat. It's kind of hard to concentrate on what you're doing, what you're cooking talk. I got to get used to that. But just remember, I'm a beginner. I'm a new YouTuber. But promise me I'll get it. Okay, this is the broth for my ham hocks. Fixing to pour some of the liquid back up in there since I got the collards reduced down. I'm going to start with that amount and just let them cook for a few minutes. Okay, I got the, you know I was telling you about the pepper. I got that pepper, the 2 pieces of pepper, I had it in my freezer. That's when I have pepper all year long because me and my husband, we grows it out in we got a garden out in the backyard and we grows the pepper out there. And it smells so good. Like I told you, this is just really for flavoring. If you like that, if you like for your collards to taste real peppery, but you don't want all the heat and stuff like that, just slice you up. And you can slice up as much as you want. Let me get the rest of that out of there. I got the seeds out of them and whatever. And then, like I said, I'll leave a small amount of seeds if I want a little heat to it. Or either sometimes I just put a little red pepper in it. Okay, I have maybe about 2 tablespoons of onion I'm gonna put off over in there. You really don't have to do this if you don't want onions in it. You don't have to do it, but this is just to enhance the flavor. We're not trying to cover it, you know, overtake the collards with any of the seasoning. Yeah, I really would call it seasoning that you put up in here. You just want to enhance the flavor. Just bring out the goodness of it. So that's when you start off with a small amount, and sometimes if the collards don't seem to be seasoned well, you can always go back and add whatever you think it needs. That's going to come from experience and your own personal taste. If you know what to put in there, if you know what to put in there that'll make it good, you can always adjust the amount. Now I'm going to put this, I'm going to put the lid on it and let it cook for maybe about 5 or 10 minutes. And then I'm coming back and I'm going to kind of test the greens to see about how much cooking time I need. And that's when I'm going to add more liquid to it and then put my meat back on top of it. I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and I have finished putting the last of the seasoning in the collards. And like I told you, when I went away for the 10 minutes, I tested the collard to try to give me a general idea as to how much cooking time I probably needed on that. So I estimate we need about another hour. So I went head on and I poured the rest of our broth in there, and you see the level of the liquids that's in there, that's giving it. And I got it cooking. I'm gonna have it like on a medium low to let it finish up cooking. And I went head on and added my ham hocks back in it, and I had the ham hocks was right at maybe 80% done. And this other, I'm getting ready to let it cook one more hour. And at that time, it's probably just finished cooking the ham hocks up perfectly. But let me tell you what else I added to it. It's a little secret my mama did it. I added 1/4 of a teaspoon, just 1/4 of a teaspoon. What does it look like? 1/4 a teaspoon of baking soda, not baking powder, baking soda. And I added a tablespoon of sugar. And once it get about 90% done, close to being finished, I go back in and I do a little taste test to see, do I need to add anything else. But for as the oil level, the salt level, all that was good. I didn't have to add in, I haven't added anything else to it. So if I need to, I will tell you. And I got my timer set for 60 minutes. If it have to cook longer, because I'm going back in and test them. You know, with collards, I'm going back in and test them, because the reason that I was so cautious with the time, because like I said, this time of year, once the frosts have fallen on the collards, they are real tender, very easy to cook, and you can easily overcook them. If you cook, sometimes it may not even take 30 minutes to cook a pot of collards. And if you cook them like you normally cook them, throughout the year, try to cook them that length of time, you can easily end up with a pot of mush. So that's the reason I went through all those steps and stuff with you. But if it takes longer, I will let you know at the end of the process. And the next time you see me, these collards will be finished, ready to eat. Be right back. Thank you. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and the fried collard greens are finished. It's one thing I forgot to tell you when I was showing you how I prepare these collard greens, the method that I use to prepare them. You can use the same method with any type of meat that you want to season with. If it's smoked neck bones, smoked turkey parts, or whatever. Either if you're not going to put any type of seasoning meat in there at all, just use regular seasoning. You can use the method. That is the one. That's what makes the collards, supposed to make the collards so taste good. I have really enjoyed sharing this video with you, and I hope to have more videos coming. This is a new channel, and so drop me a comment if you want me to try something, or you have some questions and stuff that you want to ask me. I will be more than glad to help you with it. I love cooking, and I hope to share a lot of my favorite recipes on this channel. So I thank you for watching my video, and bye.